WBNE.
Howdy, yokes, and welcome back to Bacon and Eggs. I'm Tyler Carlin.
And I'm Ethan Edgehill.
And today is Monday.
And this is Bacon and Eggs.
So face the end of the world.
And learn to love yourself.
Because today we're bringing you
Loki.
I'm gonna get out of bed and start my day. Cook up a breakfast of bacon and eggs. I won't check my phone till after my coffee.
So we're talking about episode 6 for All Time, Always. Directed by Kate Herron, came out July 14th, 2021, which as of this recording was 5 days ago. Got a 92% on Rotten Tomatoes. Ethan, I want to know right now, what did you think of the ending?
I mean, I knew it was going to end on a cliffhanger, or I thought it was at least. I'm still a little mad that it ended on a cliffhanger.
Can I give you some? You're always coming in here with the like production and scheduling situation. So can I give you some insight on that?
Sure.
I read maybe in a TikTok comment, so this could be not even a little bit true.
Okay.
I read that it was scheduled for 12 episodes, but with COVID, they had to cut production, thus 6 episodes.
Fair.
So it could be that the second half of the arc
It's just
was
going to be
supposed to all be
it's going to be the next season.
Yeah.
And I'm totally
But on the
fine with there
flip
being a
side of
next
that-
season. I do love this show. I love the ending. I think I was probably more satisfied than a lot of people I've seen who've been like, I don't know about that. I don't like the ending. I've seen a lot of about it.
I felt a little because I felt very similar to how you felt watching the other two shows, where as soon as it was over, I was like, wow, that was pretty good. I'm really excited about this, the One Who Lasts character, or whatever
He Who
his name
Remains.
was. He Who Remains.
Kang the
And I
Conqueror.
And then I opened TikTok and people were like, Kang the Conqueror was in Loki. That's pretty something, huh? And I was like, Kang the who? No, he wasn't. Was this an Easter egg I missed? Nope. Like a full-ass character with half the dialogue in the episode.
Yeah. Well,
That
to be
was
fair, he does say and it's a good line, right? It's a good little Easter eggy line where he's like, some people call me a warrior, some people call me a conqueror.
Oh, I didn't hear Conqueror.
And I was like, oh, stuff. And then
See,
they also did the Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumarium leak.
Yeah, that was all, like, this is the first time I'm watching an MCU thing where I'm like, I feel like I got my finger on the pulse of what's going on with all this stuff. I have no idea what this is about.
So I don't know who Kang the Conqueror is. It's just a name I know from, like, tangentially being related to fandoms. There was half of me that thought he was a Star Wars character. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah, I don't think I wouldn't have said this is a Marvel villain until, like, even seeing a picture of Kang the Conqueror, I would have been like, that's at least a DC villain.
Well, he's a Marvel villain, and I think
I thought he was a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles character.
Okay. I just knew he was something. Also, yeah, he's our next, I guess, Thanos level bad guy, it seems like.
I don't think he is. I think he's our next Loki level bad guy.
Maybe. Is it really kind of setting it up to be the whole crux of the multiverse thing?
But I don't know that Kang is going to be the problem necessarily. I mean, obviously, we'll see when it comes. Kevin Feige had a meeting this week with directors and writers to say this is how the multiverse works. So whatever they're doing, it hasn't been like, maybe it's been storyboarded, but as far as like, this is how you can write the rules of the multiverse, that conversation just happened.
Yeah, it just happened. Yeah, I mean, that's fair. I definitely think that we are inevitably going to get a real multiverse now, obviously. And I do think that they've put a lot onto Loki to the show, not the character. Well, also the character, but onto the show to like, here's how we're going to set stuff up. And I don't know if I don't really have a problem with that the way I thought I was going to, but I hear where people have problems with that. And I get the fact that people are like not thrilled that so much big development is coming from the shows.
Yeah, that like when I see Quantumania and Multiverse of Madness and No Way Home, I need that movie to explain what's going on completely.
Right.
Like I can go to the TV shows for more context or the other movies for more context, but I need, like, it cannot harm the narrative that I have not seen those other things.
I don't think it will, especially with the way they've set this villain up to be like, you know, he who remains, he's everywhere always.
Right, and when you
but
run
there's
into
different
him,
hymns everywhere.
Right, when you run into him, he will not have remembered you.
Yeah, and possibly won't be the same person. Could be evil, could be not.
Right.
But Jonathan Majors is scheduled to play Kang the Conqueror in the Ant-Man and the Wasp threequel. So
I do think 10 years from now, when we look back at, what is this now, phase 4?
I think so. I guess we're still going with phases. Yeah, phase 4.
Yeah, when we look back at this, we'll be like, obviously, they had to do the multiverse thing. They had to introduce the X-Men. They had to introduce the Fantastic Four. And you can't have had all that happened in the Infinity
huge
Saga.
superhero teams sitting there being
Right,
like,
without Reed Richards showing up.
I wonder if we should help with Thanos.
Right. So I think like
Right, they have to come from a place where Thanos wasn't a problem.
right, how like, and we know officially Deadpool's in the MCU. He doesn't have like a slated movie or anything. I think he has a movie slated, but it's not on the current schedule. But like they've told Ryan Reynolds, your character is now part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and your character can interact with the MCU however you and your directors feel fit.
Yeah.
So like they're gonna have to pull him in somehow.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know who could kill Thanos? Deadpool.
Anyway, this episode was great. I thought you saying that it was like supposed to be like probably a mid-season finale kind of thing does make a lot of sense to me, just because it's not a lot happens. I mean, a lot happens, but it's very dialogue-y.
It is very dialogue-y. There's a lot of exposition, I saw a report that Miss Minutes had like a recorded fight scene. I would love to see that somewhere.
Well, I mean, we're getting a Loki season 2.
Yeah.
So who knows, man? Who knows? Yeah, I thought this was great. Very compelling performance from Jonathan Majors. Absolutely fantastic. Because, it's been a lot of times, and this is what I think they always did great with Loki, a lot of times they don't really let the villain loose the way they should in the Marvel movies.
Yeah, I mean, that I've heard the big complaint that like I like Loki. This is what I've heard people say. I don't know if this is my opinion. I don't feel like comparing them, but I've heard a lot of people say I like Loki better than WandaVision because at the end of WandaVision, Agatha, who we just like had this great reveal about, seems like a super compelling character, is just like basic bad guy with mirrored abilities.
Yeah.
Then White Vision is like basic bad guy with mirrored abilities.
Yeah.
And that's it. Moving on. So, but that was not the case with this, where Jonathan Majors really had an excellent script, excellent performance.
Oh, and it wasn't even really a villain, honestly, at the end of the day.
I didn't think he was the villain.
Yeah.
I think what he's doing is
Sylvie's
wrong.
the villain.
Sylvie's the villain. Loki's the villain. Kang says we're all villains.
Right. Well, Loki's not the villain. Loki did not do anything wrong.
Well,
Sylvie kind of betrayed him.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. Watching that final scene, I didn't quite understand their motivations to a T.
How do you mean?
Like, I just didn't understand, like, why does he want to talk about the decision? Is he saying he wants to run the TVA because he has this, drive for glorious purpose and a desire to run a throne? Or is he being honest that, like, maybe this is to help the people of the universe? But then, like, pruning the timelines, I think, is ethically wrong, and it's why Loki always flees, is like that's bad. You can't do that. I understand that you're protecting us from Kang the Conqueror, but why can't you let us face that challenge? Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't think he's doing it for the wrong reasons and to just become the guy at the end of the universe. I think he wants to talk it out and figure out what's going on and kind of see if there's a better way. And Sylvie doesn't want to give anybody that opportunity, right? Like, she found the guy, she needs to kill the guy.
And I hope that Loki's motivation is I want to rule the TVA with Sylvie because I love Sylvie. A lot of people have there's a big issue with what they're calling Loki cest. I just have no issue with this whatsoever.
Yeah, she's not a Loki. I mean, she is, but she's not. Like,
right. If they are the same person, so to speak, then she has been off the timeline from who our Loki is since she was like not even forming real memories.
Yeah. And she kisses him as a lie. So, whatever.
Yeah.
She doesn't love him that way.
God.
Yeah. At least she's pretending not to. She sends him to an alternate timeline.
Yeah.
When Mobius doesn't recognize him, my brain was like, oh my God.
They did it.
They did it.
Those jerks.
Yeah. So Mobius doesn't remember Loki. He's in a different timeline where Kang seems to have conquered.
Yeah. Runs the TVA.
Where there are no
Rules with an iron
timekeepers.
fist. There's just Kang. I love when they do in series like this, the weird anachronism at the end of time where like the thought that Kang the Conqueror needs to eat an apple to me is like, what is going on? Why do you need an apple? Why do you have paperwork?
He's
Why is this done
monologuing.
Right. Well, why do you need paper? You got stuff written out on paper. I always think that's always a cool trick when they're like, let me show you exactly what you're going to say.
I mean, it is a cool trick, but he doesn't need paperwork. He doesn't need an apple. He needs to stall long enough for the timeline to branch.
Right.
For it to create that universal nexus event. And the timeline has been branched.
Yeah. It's like
the box is open. And I feel better about it than I thought I was going to. The box is open. You can't put it back. We'll get 3 Spider-Mans and more X-Men movies.
I'm still not sold that we're going to get 3 Spider-Men.
I don't. Something's going on with the movie because there's no trailer, there's no teaser, there's no
teaser,
nothing.
There's nothing,
and it's in like 4 months.
I know that. I know in my brain,
something's going on. Like, I don't know if it's going to be all 3 Spider-Mans, but something's weird here.
I think the movie's a fake. I don't think there's a movie.
I was going to say the same thing. I'm not sure it's real.
Like, of course, as we're talking, between now and when we upload
but when we upload it tomorrow morning, there will have been a Spider-Man No Way Home trailer come out for sure.
With Tobey Maguire and it centers around him. Tom Holland's not even in the trailer.
Yeah. it's just Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield doing the point thing.
No, I think has anybody talked to Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire about this, or Emma Stone, or
yeah, I'm sure they have non-disclosure agreements if they are in it. Also, I'm pretty sure Tobey Maguire was like, I'm in the movie.
Yeah, but like, what if they were like, Toby, people are going to ask if you're in this movie? Lie.
Say yes.
Just say yes. Am I in the movie? Absolutely not. No, you're like 40. You cannot be Spider-Man.
You cannot be Spider-Man anymore. We got Nick Miller from New Girl to be Spider-Man.
He's older than me. I don't care.
He's not.
Is he not?
The guy from New Girl cannot possibly be older than Tobey Maguire.
I guess. We got Chris Pine to play Spider-Man.
We got Nicolas Cage to play Spider-Man.
Oh, God. You know what that means. We got John Mulaney to play Spider-Man.
We got John Mulaney just be a regular Spider-Man somehow.
We got him to be in Spider-Man. The opening scene, you remember the scene where Peter goes to see MJ's show in Spider-Man 3? We've swapped that out. Peter is dating John Mulaney, and he goes to see John Mulaney's comedy show, and nobody's there.
James Franco's here for some reason. He's not even playing Harry Osborn.
You know what bugs me more than anything is that existing in the world today is an actor born to play Harry Osborn and is a proper dramatic actor, just like James Franco and just like the dude from the other series. And we're not going to get Timothée Chalamet as
Harry Osborn.
And it's just going to break my heart because that's what that's all I want in this. I mean,
yeah, when are we getting Timothée Chalamet in the MCU?
He'll be there.
He's got to be.
He's in Dune.
He's the only actor in the world that's not in it. They're out of actors.
Especially if we're counting all of the X-Men actors and all of the Spider-Verse actors, then yeah, there are no more.
Yeah. When Chris Evans shows up as freaking the Human Torch, that's going to be something.
You think Chris Evans is going to reprise his role as Human Torch?
Yeah, they're going to be like, wow, you look a lot like Captain America. And he's like, I get that a lot.
I get a lot in this universe.
Oh my God, is that Lucas Lee? Or whatever his name is.
Lucas Lee.
So what did you think about the Loki finale? Give me a rundown. Give me a play-by-play.
So play-by-play is we enter the Loki finale and Renslayer is a teacher. She's like a middle school principal.
Yeah.
And that's how we convince the other TVA agents like, hey, you were pulled from the timeline. Kang did some sketchy stuff. We don't know for sure that this is a bad thing, but we do know we were lied to, and that makes us feel bad. So we learn that. And then also Renslayer is like, I hate you, Owen Wilson. Actually, I don't remember what happens to Owen Wilson's character.
I don't think we got a wrap-up
finale on that.
Yeah.
No? Okay.
Unless we did. I don't know. It's been 5 days since I've seen this.
I know. It was dense. There was a lot to it. Agatha Harkness not in it at all.
What did you think? What did you feel?
What did I think? What did I feel? I honestly, when I was watching it, I was like, this is confusing. This is going to throw a lot of people off of the MCU. We are entering phase people who are willing to be invested in the like greater magic system are going to be the only people who watch these movies moving forward.
Yeah.
And
which I'm okay with, honestly.
Because I'm in, right? I get it.
It's time to start excluding people a little bit.
It's time to make this our thing.
No, I'm obviously kidding. I think it is strong enough at this point that people will want to keep up.
I do too, but I think, when I think about like, will my wife want to keep up? Will Kate want to keep up? I think Kate will. I don't know that Emma.
Yeah, she's fully invested in the shows.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have to wait for her to watch all of them.
That sucks.
Yeah.
She's a nurse. She could be working for like days.
Yeah, days, weeks, till the next one.
Yeah, that's brutal.
Yeah.
We do have 2 weeks off though.
What's up?
We have 2 weeks off.
Oh, until What If starts?
So What If, yeah.
I don't know if she's going to be all that invested in that one.
Well, I think bad news, Ethan. I think the confirmation of the multiverse and all of these different timelines is going to make What If more canon than you want it to be.
It's not. It's animated though. It's not canon. It can't be canon. It's animated.
Well, if
I will rebel. I will drive to wherever they keep the Marvel headquarters and burn it to the ground if they start doing the freaking Clone Wars thing. I swear to God.
Here's what I'm going to tell you, Ethan. If there are an infinite amount of universes and an infinite amount of timelines, then like Sleepless in Seattle is part of the MCU.
I would rather Sleepless in Seattle be part of the MCU than the Clone Wars.
Ooh, that's kind of a fun thought experiment. If there are infinite timelines and infinite universes, is there a universe in which Star Wars is real?
Yeah.
You think?
Yeah. Oh, no. I think if you have infinite universes and infinite possibilities and stuff, like all fiction is real somewhere. Thanos is real in like our world. If you believe if you subscribe to the multiverse theory of our existence, there is a world where Thanos is real, and we know about Thanos in our existence because of Bleed.
Interesting.
You know what I'm saying?
It means Harry Potter is part of the MCU.
Yeah, I'd rather Harry Potter be part of the MCU than animated stuff.
Cat Dog is part of the MCU.
No, it's not.
No, Cat Dog's
there,
a
but no
he-
further. Why you even think about Cat Dog so much?
I tweeted about Cat Dog the other day.
You tweeted about
and I
Cat
was-
Dog yesterday out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere, yeah. I was tweeting about characters outside the MCU, which we've just discovered Cat Dog not outside
the MCU. Cat Dog definitely could not lift the
Mjolnir. Well, maybe Dog could, but Cat 100%
Yeah, the cat and dog are the same
entity. Yeah.
One fine day, with a woof and a purr, a baby was born. It caused a little stir.
Do you know the intro to Cat Dog by heart?
Possibly.
Keep going.
I can't think of the next line. Something about a three-eyed frog.
Oh my gosh. All I remember about that show
Alone in the
is
world.
they live in a house.
Was a little cat dog.
They live in a house that's half like tuna fish and half dog bone.
Yeah.
And in one episode, the government keeps coming around and arresting people because they don't have licenses.
Yeah.
Do you remember this? Where they're like, you don't have a dog license. You don't have a cat license. And Cat's like, actually, as a matter of fact, I do.
And they arrest dog.
And they arrest Dog and they put him in prison, but they have like drilled a hole in the prison so that Cat can be outside of prison.
There's no better trope in fiction in the world than when you send a multi-headed being to prison and only one of the heads is in prison.
What other time does this happen?
There's more stuff than this. Welcome to Night Vale is like this.
Well, everything happens in Night Vale.
Yeah, they send Hiram McDaniels, the literal five-headed dragon, to prison, but only 4 of the heads go to prison.
Classic.
No, there's other stuff where they have to like drill the hole in the jail cell.
I just really enjoyed it in Cat Dog because Dog has to like break rocks with a pickaxe all day. Which, like, okay, Dog plays Minecraft, Cat sits outside of jail. I think I would take Minecraft.
Well, okay, but like the great part of Minecraft is that you don't have to go outside with a hammer and break the rocks and then combine them into rock cubes
That's true.
to build your house.
That is true.
Right, like that's the real golden point of Minecraft is the lack of manual labor.
It's that you just press a button and bing bang boom.
Yeah, and the rocks are just broken. You don't have to go mine them.
Right.
But
But
where
when
did
it comes-
Cat Dog come from in your mind? Like why did you suddenly think about Cat Dog? I need
I was
to know
thinking about
this.
hold on. So I named Quoth. Obviously couldn't wield Mjolnir. Lightning McQueen, which that's a controversial pick because his name is Lightning McQueen.
Yeah, he definitely can't lift the hammer though. He's kind of a jackass.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Who was the third one?
I don't remember.
Fear from Inside Out. Definitely could not. I think the other 4 might be able to. I'm not hot on anger, but disgust could pick up the hammer like Vision. No doubt
definitely.
in my mind. Yeah.
Why is this?
Because it wouldn't
why
mean
is this
anything
thing
to
here?
Why is there a hammer here? Ew. And then Cat Dog. I don't know. I was just thinking about Cat Dog.
I don't think about Cat Dog.
I'll tell you one thing. If you Google image search Cat Dog, you just get pictures of Cat Dog from the TV show. But there's at least one that's like the headline of an article was like, how does Cat Dog poop? And then there's an image.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
I don't want to.
Cat Dog was on for like a very short period of time, and then they were like, Tom Kenny, you have to be SpongeBob.
Was Tom Kenny Dog or something?
Tom Kenny was Dog, yeah.
Cat Dog. It was on for 7 years.
Was it
I wouldn't
really?
say it was on.
That's
yeah, it was
not
on from
possible.
1998 to June 15th, 2005.
That can't be real. How many episodes of Cat Dog were there? Cat Dog
I'll tell you.
vanished.
Jim Cummings and Tom Kenny. Jim Cummings was Cat. That's something else. 7 years, 3 award nominations. Why don't you tell me how many episodes this has? 67 episodes.
So, like 3 seasons.
Yes, exactly 3 seasons.
So it was not
And then
on
there
for
was-
7 years.
And then there was 1 episode. So hold on. First season all came out in 1998. This is welcome to Bacon and
Then it
Eggs,
looks like they dropped
Loki.
random episodes for the rest of time.
Yeah, so then season 2 was 99 and 2000, and then season 3 was 2000 to 2005, but there's like 10 episodes total.
Fair. Anyway, Loki can't lift the hammer, obviously.
Yes, Loki is an MCU character.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just getting us back to Loki.
Yeah. So what did I feel about it? I don't know. I
feel
don't
like
know
you're
that I
cold on
loved it. I'm a little cold on it. I'm a little like I never really got invested in this show in the same way that I did with the others. So I just feel like it never quite got there for me. And that kind of upsets me. I really wanted to like this as much as I liked the other ones.
That's so
But I don't know,
wild.
by
to
the
me.
end of it, I was just like, oh, cool, multiverse. I didn't like it as much as I liked Black Widow the movie.
I like the show a lot.
I mean, I'm not saying you can't. I'm not.
I know. I'm just
I-
saying. I do. I haven't really been confused though.
Maybe confused is the wrong word. I felt like we're building a lot of lore here that I think my fear watching this was like the more we get bogged down in the minutia of these details and the more we really spell out how all this stuff works, the more I'm going to have to watch people really nail down skepticism and this shouldn't have worked that way or whatever anytime Marvel makes the smallest continuity error. And I guess I'm just not like jazzed about that.
I don't even think that's true, honestly, because now the multiverse allows for continuity errors.
I guess so. The other thing the multiverse does, it allows for standalone movies, which I know we said, like, I want the bigger narrative, I want all of that, but it does allow for us to have, like, Earth 213, which I'm guessing it was just a number I made up, like a Earth where the only superhero is Nebula. We just get a movie about Nebula saving the world.
Gross.
Or whatever it is. You know what I mean?
I know, but you picked the worst scenario possible.
A movie about Gambit or something, you know?
An X-Men that wasn't even in the movies.
He was in one of them.
Was he?
Yeah. Okay. He was in like Wolverine, the one with Deadpool, and Gambit has a scene in that
Like
one.
X-Men Origins Wolverine?
Yeah.
You're right. Yes.
Gambit was always cool. Maybe not because he had a cool storyline. I have no idea what it was, but he had like a bow staff and a deck of cards, and that was a cool set.
I
of
remember him being
weapons.
cool in like video games.
Yeah, it was like, I want to use Gambit.
Yeah, there was like a X-Men like Super Smash Bros type game.
And you'd always use Gambit?
Sometimes, yeah. This is a weird unlocked memory. I don't even remember what system I had this game for. I may have rented it back when that was a thing you could do. I really liked the Loki finale. I really liked the Loki show. I'm excited for there to be a season 2. I'm not excited to wait at least a year for it to come out.
It's going to be a different director, too. Kate Herron is out.
Really?
Yeah. Apparently, it was like a mutual, like she's working on some other projects she's very excited about. But yeah, she's gone.
Fair. R.I.P.
Looking at the Marvel release schedule, Spider-Man No Way Home comes out December 17th. I've seen previews for the movie Eternals. I don't know what this is.
Yeah, I don't either. I'm sure I'll find out, though.
I'm certain.
I'm just like, I'm not worried about it at this point, I guess. Like, they're just going to happen. I'll see them, and whatever happens, happens.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not prepared for them to all be my favorite new movie. I don't think they're going to be. Like, if we're going to do 4 a year, that's a lot of Marvel movies.
It is. And they have 4 scheduled for 2022 and 3 announced after 2022.
Yeah. So, like, I'm not super worried about what they are or what's happening. They're just going to happen. You know, I still haven't really seen the Shang-Chi preview.
That one looks so good. I'm very excited for that one. I think this is an interesting conversation, how, like, as Marvel dumps more and more money into these TV shows, at what point do you really have a difference between the content that goes into a TV show and that goes into a movie?
Well, it's still a completely different enterprise.
I know that, and the way that they're made is different, but like from a writing and lore and fan perspective, where Loki is roughly the length of 2 movies back to back to back, what is like the fundamental difference between it being a TV show and it being a movie?
I mean, I guess there really isn't one. I don't really see why it matters.
No, I'm just curious. I'm trying to make, media-based conversation.
Right, but
do you feel
I don't know. I don't know what point you're making, I guess.
I'm not. I'm just opening the floor to discussion. I'm curious, like, is it that when writing a TV show now we need to have a conflict resolved every week, which leads to in 6-episode series, now we have like 6 mini conflicts relating to one overarching conflict. But if it were a movie, it would really just be like, if it was 2 movies, it'd be just 2 overarching conflicts. I don't know. I'm curious how they structure that and how that's different and why they chose to share these stories as a TV show instead of as movies.
I think the stories that we've gotten so far from the TV shows just simply have been stories that I think, well, WandaVision obviously couldn't have been a movie.
No, yeah, definitely couldn't have. That had to be TV.
Right, that would have been a completely different enterprise.
Yeah.
Falcon the Winter Soldier, I think you could have done a movie. But yeah, I think that Loki and Falcon and WandaVision are sort of stories that may not have sold as well as movies.
WandaVision definitely wouldn't have. There's no doubt about that. And I loved that it came out the way that it did, because it was like, wow, Marvel's doing TV shows and they're really leaning into like sort of the format of television.
Yeah. WandaVision being the first property that we saw after Far From Home ended up being a good thing, both for Marvel and for WandaVision. Like,
yeah,
that was a very good twist of fate. I think they played those cards exactly right. And like, Black Widow, I don't think would have been a successful movie if she wasn't like original 6.
I think it would have. I think if Black Widow came out in 2007, it would have been a successful movie.
Yeah, but it's not 2007. It's 2021.
Yes. I heard a lot of people say that they wanted Black Widow to have come out, like the movie that they got would have been so much better if it came out in like 2016. Like maybe, I guess. I don't know. I know that if we got Black Widow prior to Endgame, I would be watching Endgame like, where is Yelena?
Well, if we'd gotten Black Widow prior to Endgame, there wouldn't have been a Yelena.
What do you mean?
Like
they just wouldn't have introduced that character at all?
The Black Widow that we got had to happen the way it did, because it is written as a Phase 4 property.
To explain who's replacing that.
Yeah, but even just that, it would have been a completely different movie, because it would have been a Phase 3 property, and it would have been big and dark and heavy.
With some off-the-wall director. It would have been Greta Thunberg's Black Widow. No, Greta Gerwig. Greta Thunberg's Black Widow is a movie just about climate change. It's just a documentary about climate change.
It's a documentary about how the climate change is affecting the actual Black Widow spider.
Yeah, like there's no Marvel references in it at all.
That would have been hilarious if they were like, oh yeah, Marvel's doing the Black Widow movie, and then it just turned out to be a documentary about spiders.
Would have been very good. No, Greta Gerwig's Black Widow, that would have happened. Like Emma Watson's there, Saoirse Ronan. Honestly, Florence Pugh probably be the only one not there.
Why you say that?
I don't know. I just feel like if they handed the reins over to Greta, she'd be like, I can't use Florence. She's too good of an actress. This is Marvel.
Yeah, and Emma Watson and Saoirse Ronan are such horrible actors.
I mean, okay. Emma Watson's not in the same category as the rest of these women.
But yeah, so where does the line between TV show and movie blur? I don't know. It depends on what we keep getting for TV shows, right? Because I got a feeling that Hawkeye is going to land, not necessarily like content wise, but it's going to land more in the realm of Falcon and the Winter Soldier than any of the other two.
I wonder if
it's going to feel like I think that one will feel like a serial TV show, not in the way that WandaVision did, but in the way that like NCIS does.
Yeah, I agree. I think, and I have no idea. I think it's just because Arrow already exists that like when I think of Hawkeye, I think it's going to be this sort of like monster of the week. There's a big bad at the end of the season, but like a whole bunch of different villains get introduced.
I don't think that's going to be the case.
No?
I can't see that being the case because that hasn't really happened with any of these shows.
Yeah, and it happens with all of the DC CW shows. That's every episode of The Flash.
Well, and they're
Arrow,
terrible.
And they're a different kind of entertainment for sure.
They are not on par with the Disney Plus series.
No, they're not.
But yeah, like Loki definitely felt like a 6-piece movie, and WandaVision was like a sitcom until the end. And then you had
it was
Falcon and the Winter Soldier that fell like right in the middle of those two. I think Hawkeye's going to land in there. What If is obviously, I think, different situations
different
every
stories
episode.
every week, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't even know if there's going to be an overarching story there. Maybe there will. I have no idea.
Maybe it'll be like, what if Marvel alternate timeline, and then like every character they introduce carries through every episode.
Yeah.
And then there's like a battle there at the end.
Yeah. It's at the last episode. You're like, oh man, okay, that's what's going on.
They've all been together
The whole time.
And then they step through like a Doctor Strange portal and they're live action. Yeah.
Wild.
Yeah.
Do we have other TV shows that we're getting confirmed?
Yeah. So there's after What If and Hawkeye, there's Miss Marvel, which I'm very excited about.
Is that this year?
Yes. Miss Marvel's late 2021. And then 2022 is Moon Knight, She-Hulk, Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, and Secret Invasion are all TV shows in 2022, or straight to Disney Plus, I guess. And then TBA still is Ironheart, Armor Wars, and the Untitled Wakanda series.
And Loki season 2, and probably Falcon and Winter Soldier season 2.
Yes. This article. All right, goodness gracious. This article was published 10 days ago, so before we knew for sure there was a Loki season 2.
Yeah, they did the whole Loki will return in Loki season 2.
I don't know how I felt about all that. Did they say Loki will return in Loki season 2 or Loki will return in season 2? Because that could be something else entirely. It could be like Loki's in She-Hulk season 2.
Well, they haven't done She-Hulk season 1 yet, and Loki's the name of the show.
Well, I don't know.
I don't know
just
either.
saying, they can do whatever they want. Because they're Marvel. Kevin Feige just comes out and he says, hey guys, Marvel.
What if we
and then
did?
we're like,
Actually, we made a show called What If to explore these
but
things.
still, what if we just like, when we said Loki will return in season 2, what if we meant Spider-Man season 2, the movie? Huh?
Looking forward to that Spider-Man No Way Home trailer coming out tomorrow to make us look like idiots.
Like, to make us look stupid.
There was
What
a
if
really
they call
funny, I know you don't listen to Popcorn Culture. There's a really funny segment this week where Ben had not watched Loki yet when they recorded and Jonathan had. And Ben was going off on like, I don't think they're going to ever really introduce a villain in the TV show. Like that's going to be a movie thing. Like there's no way they would introduce a main character like this in the TV show. And Jay's just sitting there like, Benjamin, Ben, shut up.
Watch the show. I do think this is kind of a weird thing. So we're talking about TV and movie. It would be a cop-out in any other medium to say, we gave you a season of this show, and then it was so good, we gave you a movie to follow it up. Like they finished Firefly with a movie and Psych with a movie.
Yeah.
Right? It's like insulting.
Yeah, so
But
5 seasons in a
mind,
movie.
Yeah, but in my mind, it's like if we did 2 seasons of Loki and then a Loki movie, is that still like a total cop out? Can Loki not go back to like he can show up in the Thor movies, but could Loki have a standalone film?
At this point, I don't think he could.
I think you're right.
I don't think he could. Also, I just think it works better in this medium.
Do you think the Loki story will always be about the TVA, or do you think he'll run into his own problem down the line?
I have no idea. He's pretty stuck in the TVA right now.
Yeah, ain't no about a doubt that.
Yeah. So, yeah, no Tim Pad in a different timeline. Mobius doesn't know who he is. Kang has conquered.
But if Kang is conquered, then the TVA shouldn't exist in this timeline. Is it possible that Sylvie...
No, I don't think that
into...
is the timeline where Kang the Conqueror has conquered. I think that is a timeline where somebody is calling himself whatever, where the He Who Remains has just stepped in.
Right, so you think Loki is in a different circular timeline?
Yes. I think Sylvie locked him in a different,
Ring,
yeah.
One where Loki isn't always a variant.
Yeah, because they don't know who Loki is.
Yeah.
They haven't captured President Loki, who looks exactly like him.
Yeah.
I would love an episode about how the hell Gator Loki happened and them catching him.
It's gotta be good.
It's gotta be good. Maybe that's a what if episode.
I bet we get Frog Thor again. I bet that character's not going anywhere because that's like the second or third reference in the MCU to Frog Thor.
To Frog Thor, indeed. Anyway, on this topic, on that bombshell, it's time to end.
Okay. Thanks for hanging out with me and talking about Loki and Cat Dog.
Yeah. Make sure to post a bunch of Cat Dog memes this week.
Sure. Welcome to the Cat Dog Godcast.
Yeah. Just put Mokuba's hair on dog and Yami's hair on cat. And there's your meme.
People be like, what is this?
Then just slap the Bacon and Eggs logo over it. What is happening?
What is this? Why is this a thing?
Yeah, anyway. This has been Bacon and Eggs.
I think there was a show that John Negroni did one time. It was called Anyway, That's All I Got.
Anyway, that's all I got.
That's all I got.
This has been Bacon and Eggs. Graphics by Vaishon Brandon. Music by Sam C. Jones. Find Sam on TikTok. Find Vaishon on Instagram. They're great people to follow. Yeah. Bacon and Eggs production WB&E. Until next time, arrivederci.
Bye.